Welcome all to the webinar. I'm Petri Järvinen, CEO and partner in Najadaya Analytics. This webinar is arranged jointly by Najadaya Analytics and Caverion Finland, our client. Caverion is part of Assemblin Caverion Group. We will talk about how Caverion has been using our people impact analytics solution on regular basis to help their people-centric growth. I'm delighted to introduce the speakers from Caverion, Jussi Lehtonen, Head of Strategy and M&A, and Anne Paasikari, Head of HR. Thank you so much, Jussi and Anne, for joining me for this presentation. We have people registered for this webinar from 28 countries, so it seems the interest is high indeed. So let's get started. Jussi, first of all, can you please tell a little bit about Caverion and why people are important for your business?
Yes, thank you, Petri. Caverion is offering technical services in Finland. Those can be, for instance, different kind of building, industrial or infrastructure-related installation projects, service and maintenance operations, managed services like O&M outsourcings, or advisory services. Our offering consists of traditional installation operations, but we are bringing increasingly amount of also digital components as essential part of our offering. Those can be, for instance, different predictive methodologies to forecast the condition of our customers' assets, for instance. After all, we are still in people business with our over 5,000 employees. They are our main asset. And that is the reason why we have put a lot of focus in our personnel. Of course, for instance, in occupational safety, but also in their overall well-being, and lately focused on integration experience in the latest integration cases.
Yeah, so people are indeed important for your business. Anne, how does that show in your operation and especially in M&A?
Caverion's approach to mergers and acquisition emphasizes the importance of people in the process. This is the focus that ensures that culture, integration, and employee engagement are prioritized, which are critical for the success of the M&A activity. By valuing the human element, Caverion aims to create a seamless transition that not only retains talent, but also enhances overall organizational performance. In our view, it's essential to consider how the integration of teams can lead into innovation and improved collaboration, ultimately driving the company's strategic goals forward. Our personnel and also each employee truly represents the greatest asset. We prioritize their perspectives and experiences from the outset. By fostering an environment where employees can voice their opinions, we not only enhance the engagement, but also ensure that their insights contribute to our strategic direction. This commitment to listening and valuing employee input is fundamental to our organizational success and culture. And actually, with this next process picture, we want to visualize how each employee plays this critical role in the success of M&A efforts. Engaging employees through satisfactions surveys are very essential, as survey data provides the insight into employee experiences and their needs. Internal clarity is very key to driving the engagement, which in turn leads to higher customer satisfaction. When employees are satisfied and engaged, they are more likely to deliver exceptional service, creating a positive feedback loop. And that benefits the entire organization, eventually leading to a better outcome for both employee and the company as a whole. When we talk about the employee experience, and this includes the M&As, that is shaped by daily interactions and the work environment. By focusing on enhancing this experience, we can foster a more engaged and productive workforce. It's essential to recognize that every moment contributes to how employees perceive their roles in the organization. By focusing on enhancing this experience, we can foster a more engaged and productive workforce. At Caverion, our values are the foundation of our operational and decision-making processes. They guide our actions and shape our culture, emphasizing leadership, delivery, and care. By prioritizing profitability over volume and focusing on quality and reliability, we create value for our customers. Additionally, fostering a culture of respect and responsibility, it ensures that we remain customer-centric and committed to continuous improvement.
Thanks, Anne. So let me now do a very quick overview on what our solution does, and then we can, after that, talk about Caverion's experiences more. Right? So People Impact Analytics is our proprietary patent-pending technology based on emotion behavioral science, AI, and M&A process intelligence. So what do we do as Najadaya Analytics with our solutions? Starting from the business problem, it's very well known that M&A integrations do have their fair share of problems. Usually the issues are related to people and culture somehow. The risks are causing in practice employee turnover and productivity loss. This is something where we can help. We help our clients identify and mitigate people-related risks in integrations and also other organization transformations. The other side of the coin is that we also support driving a more engaging, inclusive change. So how do we work with Caverion in practice? We use the analytics for all their integrations, and our analytics is run 3 times for each integration to follow the progress through end to end. And then in addition to looking at improving individual integrations, we are analyzing aggregated data across all their integrations to help improve the integration process. Let's look a little bit at the science. Our analytics service is deeply founded on emotion behavioral science developed in the University of Geneva in Switzerland. As the leftmost picture here illustrates, our solution understands the human emotion space. The science helps our solution to understand the experiences and expected behaviors of the employees. Of course, certain kind of behaviors lead to risks for the business, and that's what we want to avoid. As you can see on the right, our analytics not only can predict the expected behaviors, but also helps to influence the situation, moving the people towards the right corner here to drive the teams towards a more engaging, more successful change. Then how does it look to the employees? The analytics process starts with an extremely simple and quick survey that you can see here. Unlike many tedious employee surveys, we only have 3 questions, and they are every time the same. First of all, what are the 1 or 2 top emotions that you have about the ongoing integration? You simply select from the list of 20 emotions here. Secondly, the strength of those 1 or 2 emotions. And then thirdly, what are the reasons behind your indicated emotions? For example, why do you feel interest? Very easy. And then finally, these are some examples of the analytics outcomes here. The full analysis we create is usually 40+ pages long, so I'm just here illustrating a few simple examples. Unlike most traditional surveys, we are not reporting what the people responded, but instead what are the observations, insights, and recommended actions. So on the left, you can see examples of the top-level KPIs, the overall risk level, and the distribution of employee experiences. You can see the overall situation in your integration in seconds. Then we want to know what's behind the numbers. So in the middle, you can see the unique root cause analytics powered by AI. That tells you what are the concrete things behind the emotions and what is their expected impact to people's behavior. This is what the reality of the integration looks to your employees, like it or not. You can also zoom in and dive into teams, countries, roles, and so on. And then finally on the right, you can see the concrete action recommendations. These are fully case-specific relevant actions based on all the data, based on best practices, and based on the state of your integration. This is helping you to mitigate your risks and run the integration more successfully. So all this is our analytics service. We are selling and delivering this worldwide to clients such as Caverion and also through partners. So going forward, Jussi and Anne, you have been using our People Impact Analytics for 12 months now. Can you share some of your experiences and business benefits?
Yes, at Caverion, we are targeting the humane, structured and smooth integration. Generally speaking, quite typical is that the financial and operational objectives are followed closely. These could be, for instance, to meet the business case financial targets or implementing certain processes or tools. But what we often do not measure are the personal related objectives. In integrations, some things will always change, and it always raises questions and many kind of emotions, both positive and sometimes negative. People Impact Analytics has helped us to develop our integration process, both in qualitative and quantitative viewpoints. We do understand what are the employees' key considerations and also items that get them, for instance, empowered and can do changes in the integration process immediately based on their feedback. The other aspect is that now we have also quantitative data available, which helps us to compare different integrations and really understand the key delivers for successful integration. And what have we then learned from most recent integrations projects? We can clearly see that Caverion has a good reputation on labor market. People can see, for instance, career opportunities and other benefits working at Caverion. You can also see differences between the different cases. The results have been better in such projects where we have had a possibility for a proactive communication to the people being target for an integration. The second thing we have learned is that the very small and minor issues may steal the whole focus of the transferring employees, especially if those are considered to be negative from employees' perspective. This combined to overwhelming amount of information and often slightly increased complexity of processes and systems will lead to quite typical shape of a change curve. After some time, we can see the recovery on the same level and even better level. This of course requires that the new structures and ways of working are truly adopted by the integrated organization. However, this seems to take longer time than usually anticipated. Now, after utilizing this People Impact Analytics in multiple integration cases, we actually can develop our performance on multiple levels. Obviously, we can do actions on single transactions. We can strengthen the topics that has been experienced in a positive way, and at the same time, plan corrective actions for negative issues. The concrete action plans for the business leads help them to lead the business and people in the right direction. If you look over the multiple integrations, we start to see which items are working in our integration process generally, and which items needs to still to be improved. Furthermore, people going through an integration reflects also their past reality and ways of working. And this gives actually us a possibility to benchmark our existing business processes more also on a general level.
As wrapping up our presentation, we would like to emphasize the importance of collaboration with Najadaya through the people impact analytics and why we think this is crucial, this collaboration. First is the employer image point of view. So internally, for the employee's perspective, it's simple, it's easy to use, effective way to show that the employer is caring, they are interested in hearing and valuing what the employees are feeling and saying. Externally, it shows us as an employer who cares for its employees and is willing to adjust its processes based on case by case basis. And second very important thing is this data-driven leadership. We now have very good visibility into our employees' emotions and experiences, including also during the mergers and acquisitions. This allows us to gain genuine insight and make decisions based on data and not just our gut feelings. With this said, people impact analytics is included in Caverion's standard integration methodology. Together with Najadaya, we can gain valuable insight into employee emotions and drive meaningful improvements, like Jussi presented, in engagement and performance during the M&As. And that's why we are very happy to find Najadaya as our partner.
Indeed, Anne and Jussi, thanks so much for both of you. So maybe I can make a couple of further questions to you. So first of all, Anne, how have the employees taken this analytics method? What kind of feedback have you received from the people?
That's a good question. We have received very positive feedback from our employees regarding the survey. I think the response rate is one example because that has been constantly high, averaging over 80%, which indicates strong engagement and interest towards the survey. Survey has been well received, and I think it provides a platform for employees to express their feelings and opinions, which is not that typically common in our industry, expressing the feelings and talking about the feelings. Some humor here, but I could say this is not just about Caverion, but the business field in general. However, approach that Najadaya is providing, the method is very appreciated for its data-driven and scientifically proven model, making it very easy for adopt.
Great, thanks, Anne. And then a question to you, Jussi. I know that you are also utilizing our analytics in your sales and marketing. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Yes, sure. One of our service concepts is actually outsourcing of technical maintenance services. It means that in practice we take over the personnel, which of course leads to an integration project. And after the transferring personnel has been employed by the customer, and in some cases many years, in some cases even many decades. And for such a customer, it is of course very important how the personnel will be treated. The key question in all such cases is how we are ensuring the smooth transition. And obviously this human aspect is very essential part of it, in addition to the smooth business process transfer generally. Another very similar example is actually related to acquisition projects, and Caverion is quite active buyer in the market, and obviously the ones who are considering to sell their business are sharing the similar worries that how their employees will continue in a new company. As we at Caverion can explain in a structured way how we are taking this aspect into consideration in our managers and mergers, we of course build a trust with the sellers, but also make a little bit difference to our competitors and maybe give a short leap for us to be in a better position compared to our competitors.
Great, thanks. So if I'm trying to summarize all of this, so first of all, it looks like people are in a central role for all your business and especially in organic growth. Secondly, you are committed to taking into account the experiences of your employees. And thirdly, you want to run your individual integrations better, engaging the people, but also learn from your experiences and improve your standard integration process as a whole. And it looks like our people impact analytics has been successfully a core part of all of this. Did I get it right?
I think that was well summarized.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks. So thanks Anne and Jussi for your valuable and interesting points of view. And thanks for everyone participating in this webinar. Don't hesitate connecting to any of us for further discussions. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.